What's cracking, y'all? Today we're gonna be working on some Air Force Ones. We're gonna do a sunflower custom. They're real small, almost like a kid size. We're gonna do a sunflower and checkerboard custom. And as you guys can see, I'm printing off a stencil for the checkerboard. I wanted to look real crisp. I mean, I could draw the checkerboard on there myself, but I wanted to look crisp, so I'm gonna print off a stencil, and then I'm debating, do I want to freehand the sunflowers, because they look real good and random. You want them to look kind of random. And then again, I saw a method where the guy printed off a stencil, and it looked real good too, nice and polished. So I don't know what I want to do yet. I may practice on something else. And that's key too, guys. Practice on something else to see what you like. You know, like if you can draw it, hey, that's fine. But before you start putting it on the shoe, practice. So I'm gonna do that first. Again, thank you guys for subscribing. Thank you guys for giving me feedback. One guy told me, he was like, hey, yo, when your after pictures, when you're posting your final product, it's being covered up by those videos. So, hey man, I appreciate that. So I'm gonna see if I can adjust that so you guys can see the after, because that's the best part for me, when you see it all come together. So y'all stay tuned. Appreciate y'all tuning in. And we're gonna get into this custom. So I didn't like how the stencils, I mean, they look good, but they just wouldn't lay on the shoe like I wanted them to. So I just went ahead and did a rough, I just drew my lines roughly on where I'm gonna do the checker part. What I did, this is tedious, but this is what I wanted it to look professional, and I wanted to look real good. So I measured 1/2 inch each time. Sorry about that. I measured 1/2 inch each time, and then made my marks to try to make it look even. Then I'm gonna paint over those pin marks, and I did a pencil mark on this one. So that's just how I came to, you know, that. Some people can use a stencil, you know, but for me, it just didn't work out that way. So next, what we're gonna do is the sunflower. I'm gonna print out a sunflower stencil, and I'm gonna choose that route and see what's going on. Yo, so I'm back. Yo, I be forgetting sometimes I got products that I haven't used yet. This is one of them. This is the Angelus paint marker. So all this is your paint. You're gonna pour it in here along with some too thin, what you would use in your airbrush, to thin your paint out so it comes out nice and smooth. Because you know your paint is a little thick, so you can't just throw it in the airbrush and spray it. You gotta add something. What I add is water, because I don't know if it says it on here. I don't know if it says it on here, but these are water-based paints. I want to give y'all the right information. It doesn't say it on here, but these are water-based paints. And so when I thin my paint out, I use water, so it doesn't change the color. If you've been painting shoes and stuff like that, when you use too thin, it adds a slightly lighter color to your color, and it's slight. And you know that because if you airbrush something and you need to go back and do touch up, if you take the paint out of the can or paint out of the jar and touch up, you'll be like, yo, that's a different black, or that's a different gray. It's slightly different. So I use water. Water doesn't change the color at all, and it just waters the paint down just enough to get through my airbrush. So I've been cool on that. So I'm gonna use water with this and not too thin. But this is what I wanted to show y'all, how I'm gonna do my checkerboard. I outlined the checkerboard on the shoe, and I'm gonna go back and paint it. But when you paint it with an airbrush, yeah, you can get there. But this right here, look at the tip of this. Let me see if I can see if y'all can see the tip. But the tip is angled, so it's gonna help me color these boxes in well. And I haven't used one of these. I've seen them used before, but I haven't used one. So I'm gonna pour my paint in, pour some water in there as well, 1-to-1 ratio. And then you just kind of press down until it starts to, that pen, the end of it, the actual thing that you write with will turn black or whatever color you're gonna use, and then you'll be able to paint. So I'm gonna use this, and then I'll probably give y'all a play-by-play a little bit so y'all can see if it works. Man, I've been in here getting busy. I forgot to check in with y'all, my bad. So I painted the checkerboard. You can see there. Oh yeah, let me update y'all on this. I didn't go with this. This will be good for like on Vapor Maxes, shoes that have cloth. You know, I found it a little bit more watery. I want to say watery than I wanted. It wasn't like a lot of water, but it just wasn't as firm as good old paint out of the jar. So I went ahead and hand painted these with just paint. So as you can see, I got the checkerboard done on both of them. I did the back and the front. Now I'm laying my stencil down. I'm hitting it with a little bit of brown just to add that little bit of flavor. So when you paint that yellow, it's gonna be yellow, but it's gonna have a hint. You know, flowers aren't perfect. You know what I mean? When you look at a flower, it's not like completely yellow all the way through. Sometimes it has a hint of pink or, you know, brown or something like that. So that's what I'm doing with this right here. Just gonna have a little bit of brown just to kind of sketch it in there. And now I'm gonna go through with my yellow and paint that. And then I'm gonna take the outline of that flower off and paint the outside. And I'll update you guys for sure after I do this one. And then I'll just do the rest of them on the shoe. So it came out good. You know, there's a couple different ways you can do sunflowers. You can do it, you know, or any picture for that matter. One you can do where it's like cookie cutter, it's straight out of a book. They're all gonna be the same, you know, that way. Or you can, I wound up hand drawing them. I don't know why I keep using stencils. I just use the stencils for like an outline, then I go back in and draw it myself. So that's what I'm doing on this one. I'm gonna put a couple more sunflowers down. I added some white here just to give it a little texture there. And I just kind of made it a little messy, you know, cause it's a flower. So I don't want it to look, you know, generic. So that's the same thing I'm gonna do with this one. Yo, I got it done. I'm excited how they turned out. I'm gonna try to work on a way so y'all can watch me paint up close and kind of see what I do. Again, I'm not the best artist. I wouldn't even say I'm cold with it. I just know how to get enough. I know how to do enough to get it done. So I also painted the ends of the tips of the shoelaces. All I did was spray some adhesion promoter on there just to kind of help it stick. You don't have to do that. And you don't mix anything with your paint if you don't want to. And just paint it. That's all I did. Boom. But this is how they turned out. Checkerboard. I was kind of nervous when I started this. These are the sunflowers. I added some dots to them to give them a little bit of, you know, flavor on the inside. Boom. These came out pretty well, man. Yo, I like this, man. Boom. So, yo, things like this will be available on my site. So, shop with me. Soul on Souls, S-O-U-L. That's in the link. The link's in the bio, man. soulonsouls.bitcartel.com. If you want to suggest these exact ones, I think I'm gonna put these on the website tonight. So yeah, let me put these on the website. You can purchase these, just drop your size as you place your order and I'll get these taken care of for you. Thank y'all for tuning in. I appreciate y'all so much. We climbing, we going. People are noticing. I was at the barbershop today. My boy was like, when I see you being consistent on your YouTube. So yeah, man, I appreciate y'all. Man, I'm gonna shoot another video. I think my next video is gonna be on some Uggs. I'm gonna customize some Uggs because I don't see too many people doing that. So stay tuned. It'll be up within the next 3 to 4 days. Peace.